Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the Virtualy Rek't podcast starring me. Unfortunately, my camera's gone a bit. Unfortunately, Shoeey, my usual podcast buddy, is not very well, so he can't make it today. So everybody send their love to him. He's not very well. So, and he's got Download Festival next weekend, so he's desperately trying to get better for that, because I think he's away. I think he said he's away on Wednesday for that. So, right. Hello to the Rekin Krew. Hello to everybody in the chat. I'm Mac In VR. I'm by myself at the moment, so I'll try and fuddle my way through. I'm drinking my usual, my favourite Sauvignon Blanc. What are you drinking in the chat? And because I'm by myself at the moment, I need some questions. Otherwise, this is going to be a very, very short podcast. I have got SurjicalGaming from YouTube lined up. Oh, here he is. He's just arrived. Okay, let's set that. All right, mate, how you doing? Right, give us a second while we sort this out. Need to pop out. And we need to change that. There we go. There he is.
How you doing, mate?
How you doing? I'm really well. I was flapping a bit there.
Yeah, sorry, I had problems with my camera.
Yeah.
Just like I can't move it. It disconnects. So I'm just gonna leave it how it is.
Okay, mate. Yeah. Yeah. So the podcast has started. I've just been waffling, trying to fill in some time. So,
Nice.
if people don't know SurjicalGaming, this is Surjical. He has a YouTube channel, so go and subscribe to that. He also streams on Twitch, or he will be starting to stream on Twitch again very, very soon. But you're going to be doing some flat gaming stuff.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all my content's been VR so far.
Yeah.
So, just waiting for some big new titles to come out. To be honest, so
Yeah.
let's see.
Yeah.
I've got
What have you been playing? Out of curiosity. Well, I know, but tell everybody else.
What you mean, flat games?
Yeah, your flat games. Yeah.
So I got the PS5 the other day, and I was playing mostly Ghost of Tsushima.
Tsushima. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the best looking game I've ever played. It's brilliant. It's like, do you remember the Tenchu games?
I do. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so it's basically just like Tenchu, but on steroids. And it's just the graphics are brilliant, and the gameplay and the stealth mechanics and massive sword fights, different people. It's a really good game.
Okay. His voice is a little lower than Max, right? Okay, I'll just turn him up.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so just say yeah. So why did you get your PS5?
Because there's the PSVR 2 coming out. Well, who knows, in the next 9 months or so. So because they're hard, it's all up in the air. Because they're kind of hard to find. And one came across, and I thought I'll just get it. There's a couple of games I want to play on there, so I picked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's part of my plan as well. I want to get a PS5 before PSVR comes out, because obviously I think it's going to be a big, PSVR 2 is going to be a big thing, because obviously it's got the face tracking, the eye tracking, foveated rendering. It's got those really nice pancake screens. Those controllers, man, how good do they look?
Yeah. I mean, the haptics are going to be brilliant. So I've been using the PS5 controller.
Yeah.
And the haptics on that, it's really hard to explain, but like I was playing Metro Exodus, and there's a gun that you have to like pump up.
Yeah, the little yeah.
But it's like one of the original guns.
Yeah.
And as you pump it, it's got feedback, and then when it's fully pumped, it's just like a dead trigger.
Oh, okay.
It's just brilliant. Yeah.
That sounds really
good.
Can
you imagine that in VR and like haptics in the face as well?
Yeah. So we got a Mohammed in the chat, and he said, would a PSVR 2 at launch be worth it for Resident Evil 4 and Village, or are the PC mods better? That's interesting, actually, Mohammed, because the Resident Evil 4 is not a remake of the Quest 2 game. It's a full high-res reimagining. Because if you saw the State of Play announcement on Thursday, it looked incredible. Did you see it?
I saw it. Yeah. So they've rebuilt it, so it's not going to be like the Quest version. It's going to be off the PS5 and using that headset wired.
Yeah.
And it does look. It's going to be incredible.
Yeah.
It just looks amazing.
I've just realised, actually, we actually started the podcast half an hour early. I was flapping. I didn't realise.
I was thinking, you said to me up at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then you're ringing me, and I thought, I'm going live. And I looked at my screen and you were live. And I was like, what's this guy doing?
I've fucking lost the plot, mate. It's been such a stressful day because the Virtually News video came out at 6 o'clock.
I was actually going to watch that at about 7.
Yeah. And then obviously Shoeey pulled out of the podcast because he's not very well. So we got you in, and then my head's just gone. So anyway, if you're watching the podcast, you basically got a man with dementia who'll probably be drunk in half an hour, and then you've got a man with brain fog due to long COVID. So there could be long periods of just staring at each other, trying to remember what we said. We were going to get Weeble on the podcast as well, so it would have been 3 blokes just sat there going, "What am I doing here? I got no idea."
During the war.
Yeah. Well, it's actually really funny because I was playing World of Mechs. I was in the beta last weekend before they released this Thursday, and this guy came on and he was like, "Oh, hello, Mac," and I was like, "All right," and it was Weeble. So I was chatting away and I was, saying, "How you doing, mate?" And he, after about 10 minutes, he said, "Why do you keep calling me Weeble?" I was like, "Are you not Weeble?" He said, "No, my name's Blue Bottle. Who's this Weeble guy?" And it turns out he's from the same place that Weeble's from, has the same accent, and sounds exactly the same. I was like, this guy was like, yeah, he's like, "Well, you were calling me Weeble," so I was just like, "Yeah, I'll get on with it." Yeah, Crash, we started half an hour early because I've got dementia or something. I've got Alzheimer's disease.
I was doing stuff and it's like, I got a missed call and I thought it's a bit early, but so I quickly rushed on and here we are. Fine.
So we started a little bit early, so we'll probably get an influx of people about 7:30. Crash is here.
Hey, Crash, how you doing, mate?
Norman Robinson's here. He's living it up in the Bahamas or the Bermuda Islands. So
nice.
I know. Lovely. So Mohammed's actually asked, I wonder if the Resident Evil 4 remake would hit Steam PC VR. Oh, yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on. Because what PlayStation are doing is they're going to start bringing more stuff out into the PC market. Not just yet, but in the near future.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling it's going to be exclusive for a while, like a year or so. Because they did the Horizon game, that was out for quite a while, and they made all the money they could out of that, basically, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they thought put it on PC. It wasn't the best launch, but it still did pretty well.
Yeah.
It makes business sense, right? So.
Yeah, it does. I mean, we've talked about this loads on the podcast. Like Xbox with their Gamer Pass, where you don't actually need to own an Xbox. You can, if you've got a PC that runs like decently, and then you can just play any Xbox exclusives on launch day as well, which makes a massive difference, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I mean, with PlayStation, they wouldn't just put it out on PC. They would keep it exclusive for at least a year, I'd say, at least, because it's going to be a headset and console seller, so it makes sense.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. Sorry, it's just. So it's not paradise in Bermuda because they're getting hammered by a tropical storm at the moment. Stay safe, mate.
Part of the world,
It is, yeah. Right, so I've got a question for you. Now, it's not anything we said we were going to talk about, but do you think that the PSVR 2 headset will eventually do PC VR?
I mean, the way PlayStation are starting to slowly put things onto PC, it may be a possibility, but a lot further down the line.
Yeah.
I think when the PS5 and the PSVR 2 like are coming towards the end of their life cycle, they might do it. But
Yeah.
you got to remember the exclusive content as well, which is what makes you buy the console.
Makes you buy the console. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's connected via a USB-C cable, similar to the way the Quest works. So, you know, when they actually announce the release date, they actually say, you know, like, oh, it's going to be this price and it's going to be released on this day, and we've got all these exclusive games. Oh, and by the way, you can use it on your PC.
Yeah.
They're going to fucking sell every single headset they can possibly make for the next 2 years, aren't they?
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Going back to like the console side of things, I did have a Switch, Xbox One X, PSVR, PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
I sold all of it, all the peripherals, to build a gaming PC, and I said to myself, no need for consoles anymore. I'm a PC purist. And then and then like the PS5 came out, I was like, oh, you know, it looks great.
Yeah.
And then I had Skeever on my podcast from. He works for Upload VR and he works for Vertigo Games as well.
Yeah.
He's got his own podcast.
And he's very tall.
He is very tall. He's 6'7".
Bloody hell.
He's a very tall guy. Yeah. So he's got his Between Realities podcast as well. That's every week, and all the big names go in there. But yeah, so I was speaking to him, and he's going on about the PSVR 2, and then it's like he sold it to me without even. And I'm a salesman as well, and I fell for it. So I was like, damn. This is good, and then
it sounds really good. Yeah,
I mean, I've put it on. I've played quite a bit of the PS5 this week, and it's good. Like, obviously, I always said I'd never go back to flat screen again, but when you put some of these 4K HDR like games on that are like epic, like the Ghost game is like you're in the Last Samurai basically, and it's like a 50-hour campaign. It's it is great still.
I mean, I got the Gamer Pass and I got the Elite Controller version 2 purely to play Halo because I'm such a massive Halo geek. So I have actually.
Halo boy?
Oh, my little Halo dude. He's got his. The problem is because I've got the green screen on, he looks like he's got camouflage. You see?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I can see that.
Because he's green. Yeah, because he's green. Yeah. Anyway.
Do you cuddle up next to him in bed at night?
Me and Master Chief. Have you watched the Halo TV series yet?
The first 20 minutes, that was it. Which was great. that it was brilliant. What's your summary? Because I know all the episodes are definitely finished. It's done, right? Yeah.
It wasn't what I was expecting. Anybody going into it expecting a Halo video game TV show, it's not like that. It's about the Master Chief and his journey. I'm getting a bit of feedback off your mic. Have you got?
Oh, one sec.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. It's it's even worse now.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, so if you go into it expecting Halo the TV program, Halo the video game TV program, it's not like that. It's about the Master Chief and his journey, and it's really good. The guy who plays him is like a Canadian actor, and he's absolutely nailed the part. You know, he's even though he's this like super soldier that's like a killing machine, he's like very sensitive, and he's trying to find out about where he comes from and his sort of place in the world. And there's some fantastic action scenes in it. And they've really nailed the Halo universe. I'm not sure if you're as big a fan as I am, but like all the weapons, all the like the warthogs, you know, the vehicles, everything. You know, they've taken some risks with the characters, like in the books. Halsey and here we go. Halsey and Keyes didn't get together and have Miranda. They've made that to sort of make some sort of parental pressure. It's quite a good move. You know, her person who plays Parangoski's got a spot on. it's just really well done. And I always said I hope he doesn't take his helmet off, because you never see the Master Chief without his helmet on. And then within the first sort of 15 minutes, he took his helmet off, but then you understand why they've done it. It's for the narrative. You need to see the Master Chief's face. You need to see him out of his uniform. You need to see him. Oh, there's a bit of rumpy pumpy. There's a little bit of rumpy pumpy.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Master Chief gets little Master Chief out.
Oh, really?
No, it's good. Yeah, it's good. It's been commissioned for a second series, so it's obviously gone down well. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I will give it a go.
Yeah.
I will sit down and watch it.
Yeah.
I've just got such a big backlog of stuff. It's just like, where do you start?
I know. I'm like, I start to catch up with the amount of games that I'm playing in VR, and then like I'll get like a raft of developers will contact me and say, "Oh, can you play my game?" And you're like, all of a sudden, I'm back to 2 weeks behind schedule again, because I've got all this really good stuff to play.
Yeah, that's good though. At least it keeps you busy. You've got new content for your channel. So
yeah, absolutely.
You and stuff.
I mean, it was. I was playing the World of Mechs when it released on Thursday. I played again at the weekend, and the servers were full of like human players, and that makes the game so much better. So if you haven't watched my review, go and watch my review. It's really good. It is really, really good. It's like, it gave me sort of Population 1 vibes. So you know, like when you first played Population 1, you thought, "Oh, this is good."
Yeah.
I kind of got that vibe from World of Mechs as well.
And what's the size of the levels like? How big is it?
No, it's
Maps and stuff.
Yeah. The maps are quite small. And they've done that so that you basically spawn in, and within 10, 15, 20 seconds, you're straight back into the action. So it's like really short, fast, punchy rounds. There's quite a lot of tactics involved, teamwork. If you just go and solo it, you'll get absolutely mashed. But it's really good fun. There's loads of different mechs as well, like different styles to play. Excuse me. Yeah, so it's really good. Yeah.
I played that Titanfall 2. I thought that was a really good game. I never completed it.
Yeah.
So that's like one of my favourite mech games.
I played a lot of multiplayer of the original. Because that was a really good game. That's when I was into flat screen gaming. Right, so just have a look at the chat.
What are you drinking, by the way?
Yes. Sauvignon. I'm drinking my favourite Sauvignon Blanc.
Oh, nice.
Things usually go downhill after a couple of hours. Green Gamer Guy says, MechWarrior 1, 2 and 3 were my childhood.
They were his childhood.
That was your childhood. Oh, right, that was his childhood. That's what he's saying. Right, okay. Sorry, Green Gamer.
I can't remember if I played those. Were they back in the 2000s, right?
Yeah, I think MechWarrior 5's out at the moment. It's like more of a sort of serious sim. Somebody said that were they talking about Vox Machina? They said that like World of Mechs is like small mechs fighting each other quite fast, whereas like Vox Machina and MechWarrior is more like warships fighting, so it's more slower and more tactical.
Oh yeah. I can't remember who it was. Someone did say that. Yeah.
Sorry, Weebles just said he's watched all of the Halo, and that gobby girl in it wants kicking out. Yeah, Quan. I can't see where her storyline's going.
Same thing, right?
I did.
Yeah. Is she the little girl?
She's like the young sort of Asian girl.
Yeah.
The one that Master Chief rescues right at the beginning of the first episode.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Norman Robinson. What was your question? Do you think someone will create open VR support on the side for PSVR 2? That's an interesting question, actually, because if you look on the Steam VR user chart, something like 0.5% of all Steam VR users are using PSVR. So somebody has done it. Yeah.
There is a way. There is a way to use the PSVR. There is definitely a way to do it.
Yeah. It's going to be it's going to be easy with the PSVR 2 because it's on a like a USB-C cable. So
someone will hack it, I'm sure.
Yeah, someone will.
It won't take long.
No, and hopefully they'll you'll be playing modded PSVR 2 games with Phobia Rendering and.
Yeah, but then how would the PC handle that? It would just be someone would have to do some proper delve deep inside, wouldn't they, and have to.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, clever people who are cleverer than us, like like the guy who made the PS, like the guy who made the Half-Life 2, the Half-Life 2 mod in VR, of which I've sent you a key.
Yeah, cheers, mate. I only saw that today.
Sorry, we had a conversation about this,
and I will stick that on. My first thing was to play Black Mesa with Vulpix in VR.
Yeah.
So, there is a question that people ask me: when is the actual mod out for?
Right. In the chat when I was streaming it, there was a guy called Wormslayer, and he's actually one of the devs, and he said they have permission from Valve to use the game engine, but there's like an issue which he wouldn't go into. I think it must be a legal issue. Whereas basically Valve has said, yeah, we're quite happy for you to do that, but I think legal has got involved. They want to release it before the 18th anniversary of Half-Life 2 being released, which I think, correct me if I'm wrong, was in October or November 2004, I think. Yeah, 18 years ago. Fuck, I was just a baby. I
think Half-Life I loved, but I didn't get to play it because I never had a PC until...
It came out on Xbox, yeah.
It was an orange box set or something like that, and I just destroyed it. And I loved every second of it.
Yeah, it's a great game. It is a great game.
Yeah, and when I got a gaming PC, and then when Half-Life Alyx came out, I spent like 700 quid on a better GPU just to play Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah.
That's how much of an effect it had.
Half-Life, yeah. So, carry on, sorry.
I'm just saying, it's since been, the optimization was always good, but it's been improved a lot as well.
It has, yeah. So. I mean, I still play Half-Life Alyx occasionally just to go back and go, why hasn't anybody else done it like this? Because it's been like 2 and a bit years since it came out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best game in VR.
Yeah, it is.
Really close other games, but.
And the mod. Sorry, I'm just trying to answer a question for Norman Robinson while I'm sort of talking. It is like Half-Life Alyx. If you haven't played it, it's head and shoulders above everything. Yeah. You know, even like Walking Dead: Saints and Sinners, which is one of my favourite games. Like graphically, Half-Life Alyx is just way ahead of it.
Yes. Half-Life Alyx is just something else. It really is.
Okay. Right, Norman, it's 110 degrees, which I think is about the same as the Valve Index. I do believe it has a perceived FOV of 110 degrees. Hey, Space Denizen, how you doing, mate? Weebles can. Yeah. Nah. Mindex. Well, I've now moved on to the Neo 3 link from my index. So.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. So, about your kind of transition and what you're planning on doing.
Yeah. Basically, as people would know from the channel and probably from the podcast, I got banned from the day I retired to go full time on YouTube. I got banned the very next day by Facebook, which made me, we've talked about this before, affected my mental health massively, caused me loads and loads of stress that I just didn't need at that particular point in my life. So being involved with Meta makes me nervous, and that shouldn't be the case. A social media company should not make you feel worried that you're going to lose access to something that you paid money for. Your experience is different, though. Can you tell us why you abandoned Meta?
Abandoned ship. I abandoned the Meta ship because, well, controller drift. I think I went for 6 controllers, a couple of headsets, 4 elite straps.
Jesus.
A lot of people say the customer service is really good. I mean, you get to where you need to be in the end, but because I come from a customer service sales background, I had to give them a lot of stick to get stuff quicker, because the questions they ask you, like, it's just irrelevant to what the issue is, and they ask you, obviously it's all data's money nowadays. That's the biggest gold mine ever. So they ask you all these questions and I would say to them, go, why, it's not relevant to my broken controller. And then I had to use all of my experience for getting shit from customers and start giving it to them. And in the end it worked, and then it got to the point where I was just like, my controller's broken again, right, we're shipping it to you. Like, no. But it shouldn't be like that. It should be a lot more streamlined. They shouldn't ask all these questions and the fumbles. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a brilliant headset. But I said I've had enough, and I've got the index.
It's like my experience with them wasn't particularly good. It was okay. I can't remember what happened. I had to contact them for some reason. Oh, they asked, my controller broke, so they asked for the serial number. So I didn't know what they wanted, so I just looked on the box and there was a serial number. So I sent them the serial number, and then waited and got back in contact with them, and they went, "Oh yeah, you sent us the wrong serial number." I was like, "Well, did nobody think to fucking tell me that I'd sent you the wrong serial number and I needed to get you another serial number? Were you just going to sit there until I died, and like hope that I don't ever phone you again and bother you? Because that does seem to be the way they work, isn't it?"
It's very slow. Very slow.
Yeah,
I mean, if you look at...
Sorry, Weeble said that it took him 2 months to get a replacement controller. Yeah.
Because it took him 2 months to type the message. Just joking, Weeble. If you look at like Valve, so if there's an issue, if you want to replay the game, pretty much the next day, he's back. Yeah. It takes a week for Oculus, and if you got an issue, if I've had an issue in my index, they respond within a couple of hours, and then they say within the next message, it's like, all right, we'll send you a new controller or whatever, and it's just rapid service. It's just really quick and streamlined. So customer service, Steam wins. Yeah,
absolutely. I had the dreaded thumbstick drift on my right controller. I contacted them because with Steam, because it being so technical, you can actually, there's actually a little app that shows you where the thumbsticks are, and I was like, so I put the thumbstick to the left and it stayed there. So I sent them that data and they were like, "Oh yeah, no problem. We'll send you out a new controller. You need to return the other controller within 30 days. And then literally within 2 days, I had my new controller, and I just put the old one in the box and sent it back to them. And I thought that was amazing. Same with my the cable twisted, because obviously I'd had mine for like 2 years, and playing Onward, where you're constantly turning right. Eventually the cable broke, so I did the same thing, and they sent me a new cable out and didn't even ask for the old one back. I just sent them some photographs where you could see where it was twisted. It was very, very good customer service. But the problem is, if Meta, see, we've gone on about this before, if Meta are going to sort of want you to be in their metaverse and therefore you're going to be buying digital goods, if you have a problem or you get banned from Facebook, you're banned from the metaverse. You've lost everything. Yeah?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like that. If your controller breaks, then you can't get back into the metaverse until they sort your controller out. And
I believe they want you to send it first, which is understandable, but Steam just go the extra mile, basically.
Yeah, sorry. Green Gamer Guy says 5 months for app approval, weeks for simply approving the trailer added to your store page.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the comments as well.
It's crazy.
It's okay, Weeble wants my key for for the Half-Life 2 mod.
I'll tell you what, mate. I'll ask. I sent one to PowerOn as well. I'll ask Shoeey If he's not going to use it, then if he hasn't redeemed it already, I'll try and get it to you. Yeah, so I actually made a video saying that that Facebook's metaverse will fail for one particular reason, and it's the customer service. They really, they're spending millions employing engineers and software engineers and hardware engineers. They need to take on a customer service base at the same time. You need to have that customer service base so that, like, when Quest 2 launched, they need to have the customer service base to take care of it, because they were selling shitloads. They were like flying out the doors. I think they're on about 12 million headsets at the moment, which is incredible for VR. Yeah. But if you've, like I said in my video, you've got Bob sat there with his headset on, getting fucking ripped into by 10 million people every single day. Poor Bob. That's all I can say. Yeah.
Yeah, and the customer service, I think, is in India as well, and there is a difference to where in the world it is. Obviously, if it was in local, I think it would be a lot better, because the language barrier is still there.
Yeah.
And they ask questions again, or they do the wrong thing, and I'm Indian myself, so.
I know. I was just about to say, bloody Indians. Well, Yeah, this is true because. Sorry, carry on.
Oh no, I was just saying, I was on the phone to my cable company.
Yeah.
And the guy was just like, he just didn't get it, and I was just like, put me through to another department straight away. Guy sorted it out, and he was from a different part of the world.
Yeah.
Just like, this is what happens, because you're trying to get cheap customer service.
Yeah.
But like cheap, like pay people less, but then the quality of the service goes down.
It does, yeah. So this is a great example. Like, my wife used to work for the head of Virgin Media, and they had a customer service base in the UK, and they wanted to cheap downsize, so they moved their customer service to India, and within a year they were the worst rated media company, and they had to literally move it back to the UK because people got so pissed off.
I think I was their customer at that time, because that's why I left in the first place. Yeah, it was horrible. It was really bad.
Yeah, but there was a whole spate of like big companies moving out to India, and I mean, like I can barely speak English, so to like speak to somebody with an accent as well, right? Say somebody from up north, or somebody with a like Weeble who's got like a like a country sort of accent, and it must be really difficult for them. I've got a funny story actually. I was down in Surrey with the flood team a couple of years ago when all those really bad floods were going on, and the Thames was overflowing, and all the rich people's houses were getting flooded. So obviously it became extremely important. So I was down there with the flood team, and we had the boat, and we were stood near to this road, and the road was maybe covered in 6 inches of water. It wasn't particularly worrisome. And my mate Dave is broad Geordie. Like, I can't understand him sometimes. So this massive Range Rover pulls up, and the window goes down. There's this lovely, very posh woman, obviously got silk knickers on, and she says, "Oh, excuse me, my friend just lives down there. Can I get to her house?" And Dave turned to her and he went, "Aye, pet, as long as you can he?" And she looked at me, and I said, "Yeah, you'll be fine, you'll be fine." And she was like, "Oh, thank you," and like wound the window up and drove off. And Dave was like, "What's up, mate? Can she not understand what I'm saying, like?" That's like, Dave. But it is true. If you've got a customer service base that's based in a country that English is a second language, not
even a second sometimes.
Yeah.
But what it boils down to is people do it to save money, but then it affects retention.
Yeah, absolutely.
After the year contract, whatever, your customers are going to drop. So that's the issue. And then obviously loads of people leave, and then they have to fix it, and then they have to try and win the customers back. But
yeah,
just the way companies are. Obviously, you're going to try and save money as much as you can.
Yeah.
So I think Mohammed Mohammed asked a question about what accessory do you guys think will be mass adopted first? Movement, vibration, or vest like accessory?
Wow, that's difficult, you see, because firstly, you need to get people into VR. The movement thing at the moment, you've got like the Catwalk C2 that's just released onto to Kickstart, and that looks really good.
Yeah, I just watched it for your video that you just brought out. I caught the first bit. I watched a 2.5-minute trailer for that.
Yeah,
on your channel.
Yeah,
it looks good.
It does look good. Thrill Seeker did a video, and he's actually got one, and he said it's not perfect, but it's really, really good. He says, but you kind of have to learn how to walk again, and it doesn't work with some games as well as you would think.
Yeah.
And he said, like say for example, Skyrim VR was amazing using the catwalk, but something like Pavlov, which is like a really fast-paced sort of shooter, it actually makes it more difficult. So we're not there yet. Yeah, haptics. I think haptics probably first, Mohammed. I'm pestering the people at B Haptics to send me a vest for testing. So sorry, Jen. I'm pestering this girl called Jen at B Haptics, who's their marketing manager. She's probably sick to death of me. Yeah, I think haptics is a big thing. The treadmills, once they become cheap enough, 500 quid maybe.
Yeah, I think what needs to happen is it's gonna slowly evolve, and then as it evolves, it becomes cheaper. Because at the moment, the tech and all that stuff is being researched and developed as they make it, and that's what costs the money. And then as all that kind of information comes out, people will be able to make it cheaper.
Yeah, I think we forget, because like we always want the next big thing, but I think we forget that commercial VR has only been with us for 6 years.
Yeah.
You know, the Rift CV1 and the PSVR only released in 2016. And, you know, look how far we've come now. I mean, look at these things here. These, you know, remember when they came out? Mobile phones. But you think about that now, everything you need is on that there. Video, camera, social media, everything. It's and it's good quality. And look at the size of it. And it, you know, you charge it up, it lasts for 48 hours. So
yeah. It's an attachment. Like, I remember I've gone to work and left my phone behind. And you're just like, what am I going to do?
Yeah, exactly.
Bad.
It is
so bad. It's so bad.
It is. You become so attached to them, especially being a content creator. Obviously, like yourself, you know, you've got your Discord, you've got Twitter, you've got your YouTube studio, you've got Henry Van Leer. How you doing, mate?
Hey, Henry, how you doing, mate? I need a friend that works for 48 hours.
Yeah.
You need to stop watching Pornhub all day.
Exactly. Right, your mate Shoeey is he's not very well, so send him some love. He's going to download on Wednesday, so I hope he gets better. Right, let's have a quick look at. I have a problem with Meta. I've only seen Metaverse and Star Citizen Verse. Green Gamer Guy, cool podcast, good copy. Thank you very much, my friend.
It's my brother.
Is it?
Yeah.
He's slightly.
If you see my videos,
He's slightly biased then.
Yeah, and then if you see like, my videos with weird comments on there, it's just him being a weirdo.
Combine motion capture with IMUs and predictive high speed. Yeah, it's so what Norman said there. I think it's really relevant. So for the metaverse itself, you're going to need haptics. You're going to need full body tracking, which I think is important. One of the things I realized when I got rid of my index was I don't actually have the ability to full body track anymore. So I'm selling my Vive trackers because I don't have base stations anymore, and I'm going to be getting the Slime full body tracking kit, which is in Kickstarter at the moment, and it won't be available until sort of September, October. I think avatars, full body tracking, haptics, and then probably, you know, a functional, cheap, small form factor treadmill. And then you are Parzival in Ready Player One.
Great movie, great book.
You haven't seen the film and you haven't read the book, have you?
that.
I know that for a fact. Oh man. If you if you're a child of the 80s and 90s, the book is amazing. The film is dog shit.
Everyone says that. Yeah, everyone says that.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll get around to it.
Yeah, well. Yeah, I heard he's not doing too well. Hope he gets better quickly, but I'm part of the Rekin Krew, so here we are regardless. Thank you very much, Henry. Crash is here with us as well.
Crash, yeah.
Yeah, I say the film was dog shit. It wasn't.
Oh, hey Connor. Sorry.
It was just not the book. They start like the film starts with like the car race with King Kong. That isn't even in the book. You know, it's just
Okay. Okay.
Norman Robinson agrees. Terrible movie, great book. Right, but you know we actually haven't spoken about anything that I've got written on my list. I've got a bit list here of stuff we should be talking about.
Yeah. I was gonna.
Oh right, I know. I tell you what, we originally started talking about PSVR 2. So you watched State of Play.
Yes.
What did you think?
I thought so. The main things that stood out were obviously the Resident Evil Village.
Yeah.
And The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, because that was actual gameplay. It looked like.
Yeah.
And it looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
Gameplay looked brilliant. So there was a thing though with Resident Evil 4. It did say VR content in development. So it's like people are debating whether is it going to be a full VR game or just content, or did they just mean a VR version is being made?
From watching the trailer, that is like, if you remember, I played the original on the N64, I think. Was it the N64 or was it the GameCube? No, it might have been the GameCube, actually.
GameCube, yeah.
I played the original on the GameCube. And then when the N64 came out, they did an HD remake. I think the PSVR 2 is getting a full sort of 4K foveated rendering remake, because if you watch the footage, it's nothing like Resident Evil 4. It looks fucking incredible. So I can imagine that game with those visuals. Wow, yeah. That's going to be good.
I think Sony will probably pull it out as a full VR game. But there was another thing with the release date. It was 24th of, I think, March.
Yeah, 2023.
And a lot of people are saying, is that the release date for the actual PSVR 2?
Historically,
there's not a lot of PS5s around at the moment.
No, they're right, yeah. And also they're having trouble making PSVR 2 because of the chip shortage. Sony have historically never released anything in Q1.
Okay.
So unless they do like a limited Thanksgiving, Christmas kind of release and then try and catch up, because that's what they did originally with the PS5, wasn't it? There was this like right in the middle of this chip shortage storm, and they just kind of drip fed the console, and now it's becoming more available. So whether they do that with PSVR 2, but
yeah, I just think they should. It might take a bit longer, and obviously I want one, but they should wait till when they're in a position where they've got enough consoles, like extra consoles on the shelves that aren't just flying off. Yeah. Then kind of bring it out, because if it's going to be a race to who can get it first, click on the bloody internet and whatever website. Yeah. It's going to piss me off for sure.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Be able to buy it. It's like when Meta released the Quest 2, they just went, right, it's available, and they had enough to meet demand. I don't know anybody that pre-ordered or ordered a Quest 2 that didn't get it almost immediately. I mean, you could walk into Argos on the day, which I actually did because Meta fucked my Quest 2 order up. No, this is honest to God, right? I was watching Connect 7 or Connect 6, it might have been.
Yeah.
And Mark Zuckerberg said, with his little seal pale hands, and the Quest 2 is now available for pre-order. And I had the fucking window open, and it came on, and I went, click, buy, right?
Yeah.
So I must have been like one of the first people that actually bought the damn thing. And then they took the money off me about a week before, and then I think it arrived, it was supposed to release on the Thursday or the Friday, I can't remember. And like my delivery date was like Tuesday, the week after. And I was like, no, fuck you. And I went to Argos at 9 o'clock in the morning and just got one. And bizarrely got recognised by the girl who was selling me it. She said, you're Mac In VR from YouTube. I was like, I am.
Tell me that story. Yeah. I gave a slightly different ending to it, but yeah, I remember that story.
Yeah, well, like I said, it was the first time I'd ever been recognised, and I was like a bit, oh. And if she'd have been a little bit more womanly, and not just like a git, it's Mario, she maybe would have got a bit more attention.
Did you get a number?
No, did I? Fuck it. You don't want that number.
Does she still work there? I can drive down.
Well, don't forget, this is Sedgefield in County Durham, and yeah, she has 6 toes and plays a banjo. You can often see her sitting on the bridge over the motorway. Bedeling bing bing. 6 toes on each foot, by the way, not just 6 toes, 3 on 1 foot.
6 camel toes. My kind of girl. Do you know that girl from Total Recall when she's got 3 breasts?
Oh, yeah, 3 titties, yeah.
Yeah, so I think with Tranquility saying time to sell my PSVR, I guess. I mean, the PSVR is still going. I was checking on eBay because my cousin was going to sell his as well. So you do still get a decent bit of money for it if you got peripherals as well.
All right, okay.
So I was even thinking to buy his PSVR off him to see the difference in games on the PlayStation.
Oh, right, yes, you could do like a sort of,
There's a kind of upgrade, so
yeah.
I've got over 50 digital games I bought on the PS4 for the VR, basically PSVR.
Yeah. King Nombo's in the chat. Hey Nombo, how you doing, mate?
How you doing, mate?
Bet you weren't expecting to see his gorgeous face.
Oh yeah, Nombo. Yeah, he's Nombo's a good lad. He actually did my my logo as well in the background.
He did, yeah.
Very talented.
He plays Population 1 wearing a crown.
He does in his Twitch channel, yeah.
He does.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, so if you go to Twitch, search for King Nombo, and do whatever you do on Twitch, because I don't really know what you do on Twitch. Do you follow or do you subscribe or...
Your bank card details and your...
Yeah, bank card details and photographs of your wife. Whatever you want to send him, really. I'm sure he'll be over the moon.
So back to the PSVR 2.
Yeah.
I think Horizon Zero Dawn isn't gonna be just an experience. I think it's gonna be, even if it's only like, I don't know, 8 hours. I think there's gonna be a campaign on there.
Yeah, it did. In the state of play, they said. Now I was watching it, right. It was 11 o'clock at night, and I'd already live streamed, so I might have had. But I think they said that there is a sit-down experience that you can show people. So you know the bit in the canoe?
Yeah.
I think you can sit somebody down on a chair, put the headset on, and do like a short experience. But Call of the Wild is actually a game. It has all the Horizon mechanics. It has the bow. It has the big giant sort of robot dinosaurs. It has all the climbing mechanics. So yeah, it is actually a game. But inside that game, there is an experience. And somebody please correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, because
say hi. Just want to say hi to Connor. He's a friend of mine, and Tranquility. Oh, Tranquility is my cousin, by the way, who was gonna buy the PSVR off.
All right, hello Tranquility. Hello Serge's cousin.
Give it to me for free now.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Weeble says he's back. World War I debate just gone home. So you can give us your full attention now, Weeble.
Oh, that's why he was hiding. He was on the phone to me for ages.
Yeah.
We were video calling, and it's like, so he was hiding.
During the war. Yeah, he's been on.
And sorry, it's just sorry, just reading from it.
Beautiful people.
With so that's Horizon and what's the other game?
You got Village, No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky, yes, which was a steaming pile of shit, to be honest. When it came out, I bought it.
Yeah.
Pre-ordered it, paid 50 odd quid. It was shit.
Yeah, but I played it in VR and it was all right. It was really good, but that actually was quite a while ago. Unfortunately, I don't have enough. It's one of those games you have to put a lot of hours into. And I did enjoy what I was doing, but I don't have that time, unfortunately. So, yeah.
I mean, I got it on the PS VR. I played on the PSVR.
Right, okay.
And, yeah, it was decent. It's PSVR. It was a couple of years ago. And I've got it on my PC. Did it with a Quest 2. It was all over the place. So if I put my index on, it will definitely run.
Yeah.
But the thing is, there's been so many updates in that game. It's a totally different game. If you played it a year or two ago,
yeah,
it's a totally different game. So I do want to get back into that. The problem is, again, it's like
you've got RFVR to play. You've got
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima to play. You've got.
I've got Horizon, the first one, because I only put 10 hours into that. I've got Horizon, the second one. I've got The Last of Us Part 1, which I'm playing for the third time. And then I've got Last of Us Part 2, which I've never played. So I'm having fun playing those games, man. Yeah.
It's good. It is good. So the other ones I've got Walking Dead, Resi 8, No Man's Sky, Resi 4, Horizon. So we talk about the games that were missing. Because there was a rumour that Modern Warfare 2 was coming to PSVR 2.
Yeah, like, as in a full motion tracked, full on experience.
That would be incredible.
And if you think about it, it's been out for a while. So, and for them to do that, I don't think it would be. Obviously, it's gonna be take them time to do it, but it's not impossible. And I think that would be a console and headset seller, definitely.
Oh,
for sure.
If somebody said to me, right, so even if somebody said to me, you can play the original Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the original with Captain Price, I use this for close encounters on the boat.
I love that. Yeah.
You know, like do like what they've done with Resident Evil 4. Do like a high res remake.
Yeah.
I would buy that shit up, man. I would love that. You know, doing it all gillied up. We actually have to.
Favorite mission. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you've got to take into account the Coriolis effect at this distance. All right. Well, I'm going to blow his arm off. Doesn't matter what the consequence are. Even if I hit him in the head, I'm just going to blow his arm off. So I was really surprised they didn't announce Gran Turismo 7.
That was on my list. Yeah.
That, you know, talk about a system seller.
Because the PS4 had Gran Turismo, but it was crap because it was like, I think it was one circuit or something.
Gran Turismo Sport, yeah, that was really bad.
It was shit. But at the end of the day, it was kind of all the racing fanboys like yourself. PlayStation know that they fucked up by doing that before, so I can guarantee you, Gran Turismo it's going to be in VR.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
The other one sorry, carry on.
No, I was just going to say, and with the eye tracking, the Phobia Rendered, and all that kind of stuff, the rendering especially, it's going to be so much easier for them to get the performance where they want it to be, because obviously the GPU is not getting completely destroyed. Yeah, and with like Phobia Rendering, if you go on the Tobii eye tracking website, there is a demo there where they show this like a sort of, it's a very sort of like a sort of military shooter, and then they show the same game with foveated rendering, and the GPU stress is 50 to 65% less than it is where everything is rendered, and with the foveated rendering wherever you're looking. And it's an incredible demo. They're talking about bringing this to Quest 2 as well. So you could have like potentially like a 4K
equivalent resolution, so you could bump the super sampling up in the middle. Yeah. So, Norman Robinson said he was thinking about buying an Index, but he's seeing these new headsets coming out. Said this is the man who's just bought a Pico Neo 3 Link. I wouldn't buy another headset now unless it had eye tracking and foveated rendering, because I think that is the next big game-changing step in VR. That's my personal opinion.
I think it's going to just be the standard. From moving on after what's come out now, that's just going to be the industry standard. I think pretty much, because it's once people start seeing how it affects the performance, how much you can boost it up in VR games. So, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Sorry, good. This is your cousin, isn't it? Have you thought of doing a 24-hour gaming marathon for Macmillan support?
That's my brother. Sorry.
Yeah. Me and Clickster have something to announce, but we haven't got the details nailed down. So there is something coming on the channel, and I'm working with Clickster, and I'm probably going to be working with PowerOn, and probably Surge as well. He doesn't know about it because I haven't talked to him yet.
That's my. Apparently, my audio's a bit low.
Your audio's a bit low.
Weevil just said.
Okay, I'll bump it up. Try that.
Yeah, is that better, guys?
I did bump it up quite a lot. Yeah. Right. Where's the PC version of Gran Turismo with VR support? Yeah. Seems like a no-brainer to me. I mean, also, one other one I was missing, and it will be an easy win, because it must be in development, is Half-Life Alyx on PSVR 2.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that's going to happen. So maybe they're just not showing it just yet. Maybe they're saving it for when it gets closer to build up more hype.
Yeah.
Because if you show that now and it comes out in 9 months' time, kind of hype dies down a bit.
Yeah,
so I think they'll probably come out with a really short teaser trailer, and just to get people sucked in, and then they'll do a proper kind of trailer closer to the release. I think that's how they do it.
It's something I mentioned in my news, which is out on my channel right now. Came out at 6 p.m. Go watch it. Not now, obviously later.
I was going to watch that.
I know, until some crazy idiot, crazy old man started the podcast half an hour early. One of the things I did mention was see, here we go. It's happened. It's starting to happen, Surge. I've forgotten the point I was going to make. We were talking about Half-Life Alyx, weren't we?
Yeah. I think have another sip of your wine, mate. That might.
No, I've remembered. Okay. What I said in my news report was I'm hoping that Sony are trying to keep their powder dry, and they've got this big can of worms that they're going to open. They're going to go, right, this is the release date. These are the games. Gran Turismo 7, Half-Life Alyx, Modern Warfare. You've got like a God of War or Uncharted or something like that. Something really big.
Definitely possible,
yeah. What's the other one you mentioned with the young girl and the one with the zombies were all
Last of Us.
You know, something like that.
Brilliant.
That would be great in VR. You could really do that really well in VR.
This is what the thing is with PlayStation, or with anything that, like I said before, marketing wise, they're going to keep it all quiet and just slowly drab. Like the trailers they had on the State of Play, it wasn't gameplay or anything like that.
No.
It's just to get people interested, and then they'll start do a small, shorter trailer but with gameplay, and then they'll start bringing out this is what we've got, and bang, like a PSVR 2 with a box with 20 games on it or something, and the box art. So. But
to be fair, Metagaming Showcast did exactly the same thing. They showed all these really great games, and me and Shoeey did like a live stream, and we were like, oh, wow, Ghostbusters, blah, blah, blah. But when you went back and watched it, it said, like, PC VR footage. It wasn't Quest footage. So they were quite clever in that. Diamond Geezer's in the chat.
What's everyone laughing at?
Diamond Geezer is in the chat. I keep forgetting I'm on YouTube account, not the Mr. Louverture account. That's why we forget you there, mate. Oh, by the way, I've got my sim racing rig working. I've got Automobilista working this week. Had a wire, was fucked. So, sim racing
you guys gonna
content.
do it?
Sim
You guys
racing
gonna do it?
content. We are. We are going to.
Nice.
We're going to climb into our GT3s, and we're going to do some racing.
In your spandex. Don't forget your spandex. That's what they wear in racing cars, right? Yeah.
I don't wear anything when I'm racing.
That's your OnlyFans stream, right? Crash said, "It looks like I need to sell my body for a PS5 and a PSVR."
Yeah. Also, there needs to be more experienced games with cross-platform support. Yeah. Oh, F1 2022. Yeah. That's coming out very, very soon, isn't it? Is it the
next month? I think July.
Yeah, 1st of July. That looks so good. That looks so good.
And out of the box, it's going to be VR, so that's going to be pretty sick. I probably wouldn't get it myself, but a lot of people will get it, and they did say somewhere PlayStation said they're not going to have VR support. And again, I think it's just another thing where it's like keep it quiet, and then bang,
bang.
F1 2022.
F1 2022 with foveated rendering and eye tracking it'll blow the PC version away, unless you're like running a really high end rig that can do like 4K, like 90 frames per second. Then foveated rendering with the PSVR 2 is going to just be fucking crazy. Right, can you... Yeah. Weeble, I sold my body. I got £1 and 1p. Who gave you the 1p? All of them. Right, I just need a quick comfort break.
Okay.
Keep everybody entertained while I'm away.
All right, okay. I'll try. So what do you guys think of PSVR 2? How many of you are going to potentially thinking of buying one? Because I wasn't at first, and then like I said, I interviewed on my podcast Skiva, and then the way he said it and everything like that, I was like, do you know what? I need to get one of these. Hey Connor, how you doing, man? Mac is on white wine. Oh, what we drinking? Okay, this is what happened. So I spoke to Mac earlier today, and he was like, Shoeey's not feeling well, unfortunately. Do you want to come on the podcast? I was like, all right, cool. We set up the camera, I had a video call. And then he said to me, at 7 o'clock, we'll do a video call, and then we'll start at 7:30. And then at like 5 to 7, 10 to 7, he's going, we're going to start. And I was like, what the hell is he doing? So I didn't, it was going to be coffee anyway. So I've just got some water here. That's pretty much it, man. I know nothing about PSVR 2. Altair, have a look at the interview I did with Skiva. There is a bit in there where he talks about it a lot. So basically, for you that don't know, it's going to have foveated rendering. So instead of it like rendering the whole like a panel, it renders where your eyes are looking, and then basically if you're looking there, it will be like really good quality, and then it blends out the rest of the camera like naturally, so your eyes don't really see it. And then what that does is takes all the stress off the GPU. Therefore, wherever you're looking with the eye tracking, that gets rendered, and then what will happen is basically your GPU gets out 60 to 70%, I think, less stress. So with lesser hardware, you can get better results. So I think that's everyone's going to be doing that for all future headsets, because it just makes sense. There are some new headsets I think we're going to talk about in a bit that cost thousands, and it's just like you need a £2,000 PC to run it, and it's like unless you're a really big VR elitist, like I don't see myself doing that. That's mad. Yeah, there's also so Altair, I know, sorry guys, he's another cousin of mine. I've got like the whole family here. Basically, the adaptive triggers in the PS5, so it's going to have that on the controllers, and it's going to be ring controllers. Like I don't have any. I can't show you my Quest because I sold it, but it says ring controllers on the Quest, but it's slightly different design, and it's going to have adaptive triggers, the vibration haptics, and it's going to have haptics on your face as well, so the face plate as well. So it's like really like ultra immersion. It's going to be absolutely sick. It's going to be sick. And the guy I was interviewing was telling me about that, and I was just like, it was the last thing on my mind. And then like pretty much a few weeks later, I found the PS5, and I just thought I need to get it. because it's just the future. All that Phobia rendering stuff is just gonna send VR. It's gonna blow up even more. That PSVR 2 is gonna blow up VR like massively.
Yeah,
Definitely.
really excited for it. Really excited for it. So why don't we? Oh, I've got a dribble down my face. Why?
You just piss in your own mouth.
Yeah, it's just my normal state of affairs.
You promised me you're going to stop doing that.
I know. Right, so nice segue there. Why don't we talk about the Pimax Crystal and Cambria?
Yes.
So Pimax did this amazing, typical Pimax presentation where everything was rendered. Right, there wasn't actually a headset on show. Everything was rendered, which they did with the 12K a couple of months ago as well. And this is going to be an amazing headset. So basically what they've done is Pimax have gone from the ultra wide FOV, 200 plus FOV. So the Crystal is going to have 110 FOV, like the Index. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And it's going to have these Super Trick Q LED backlit screens, which is going to be incredible. It has an XR2,
Crystal, isn't it? Sorry, it's crystal, isn't it? Crystal lenses.
Crystal lenses, yeah.
Yeah.
They've got the lenses are actually glass, so you won't get this strange aberrations that you get with Fresnel lenses. And it's going to have an XR2 chip built in, so it'll be standalone. I do have concerns about that because they don't have a standalone game store yet, and it's very limited. But that's besides the point. Everybody who buys, it's like $1,899. So everybody who buys it is going to be using it for PC. So it's going to have a WiGig module for wireless, uncompressed wireless streaming, which is amazing. You can connect it via DP if you want to have a cable, which is also amazing. What else has it got? It has got foveated rendering, eye tracking, face tracking, 4 cameras for 6 DoF freedom. So you won't need base stations, and it does look unbelievable. But it's Pimax. If ever a company over-promised and under-delivered, it is them. And people think I'm down on Pimax. I'm not. I can't afford a Pimax. If I could afford a Pimax 8K, I would have one. I definitely would, but I just can't afford one. So their focus is like that really sort of niche Microsoft Flight Simulator, serious sim rig guys who've got the money to spend. Perhaps like Norman. Oh, there he is. Pimax me soon.
So very nervous.
I think Norman's the only one in the chat who can actually afford it.
Yeah, again, it's because there's going to be 2 versions, right? There's one that's $18.99, and then there's a 12K one that's $2,399, right?
Yeah, that's the they're actually different headsets.
Yeah.
So with Pimax, you get all this. You can have a face plate for the 6 DoF tracking. You can have a face plate for index tracking if you have the base stations already. If you watch the Pimax presentations, they're incredibly cheesy, but they're like. These guys are crazy tech guys, and they just sell it so well. They just really do sell it really well. I watched it today as part of my news program, and I was like, oh man, I want one of those. I really want one of those, but I'd have to sell a kidney and then I get banned from Facebook again.
Yeah. Don't get me started on. Have you backed up your Facebook profile?
Oh no! Yes,
you did.
No.
Oh yeah. Right, everyone who's got a Quest 2, back up all of your posts, back up all of your photos, back up just everything. It's not hard to do because if it happens to you like what happened to Mac, then at least you don't lose your whole Facebook basically.
Yeah.
Just in case shit does hit the fan.
Yeah.
That has happened to a few people.
Yeah.
Some people don't learn their lesson, so yeah.
Don't know who you're talking about. Okay, so Pimax. Has anybody in the chat actually got a Pimax or actually had any experience with a Pimax? Because I'd be really interested to know. Because when I did the Pimax 12K video, I got not hate. It wasn't I got criticism, constructive criticism, by people saying, no, you did this wrong. I actually got contacted by Pimax and said, there are a few inaccuracies in your video. Can you please put this statement on your channel? So I did. I attached it to the video. I pinned it. People who've got Pimax are hugely invested in what they've bought. And Pimax has this really amazing customer thing, which they do, where if you buy a Pimax headset and they bring out a new one, you can offset the price of your current headset against the new one. So once you've invested, I suppose it's like PCP for cars. Once you've invested the money, then every single 2 years you can change your car at a relatively low cost. And I think that's an amazing way of retaining customers, and I really admire them for that. It's just that initial getting into the Pimax sort of universe that I just can't afford.
The property ladder, right? Same thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's yeah, it's the beefy PC plus the headset you need. So it'll be great to have one, but I don't see myself getting one anytime soon.
Unless Pimax are watching. Surjical Gaming, Mac In VR. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I feel like Weeble trying to get a fucking Half-Life 2 key off me.
Oh yeah, he harassed me quite a bit. So yeah, I'm used to it now.
Badman Surgical Brap. I take it that's one of your clan, is it? RUUB?
Oh god, it's another one of my all my cousins and all my bloody families in there. What the hell? Cheers for joining out.
Go and subscribe to his channel. Subscribe to my channel.
Yeah, subscribe to Mac's channel, man. Yeah. Don't worry about mine. I think.
Oh, Connor says Pimax Vision 8KX is £1,000 used. This is a good price.
That's my mate. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that Pimax would honour their trade-in if it was second hand. That's my thought. They might. I don't know. I'm just speculating. So Pimax, fantastic, really interesting. Sort of vaporware hardware, renders, blah blah blah. But Metacambria, hard facts. We know it's coming out probably this year in October when they do Connect 8. Mark Zuckerberg with his little milk hands. Yeah, this is now available for pre-order right now. It has colour pass-through, AR, pancake lenses, really good screen, lightweight. It looks pretty good. One of the things I would like to point out here is that I just recently bought a Pico Neo 3, and it is so comfortable compared to my Quest 2 because the battery's at the back and the weight is therefore taken off the front of your face. So there's a lot of people talking about this chromatic aberration with the Pico Neo. You actually need to put the headset on your face and adjust it until you don't get that chromatic aberration, and then tighten the headset up from there. And even though the headset is quite tight on your face, it actually is comfortable because the weight is really well balanced. So that's, if you're going to buy a Pico Neo 3 or you've already got a Pico Neo 3, put the headset on your face, put the strap up here, move it around until you get the perfectly clear screen, tighten the strap up, and from then on you will be golden. Yeah. Right, so Cambria.
Yes.
Price.
I don't know. What's the 800 quid?
There are rumours it's going to come out at $699, which would be £649 in the UK, I do believe. Though obviously we usually get screwed over and they just put the pound to the dollar price, don't they?
Yeah.
There's a lot of tech stuffed in there.
That's the thing, yeah. So if Quest obviously sold their headsets dirt bloody cheap, didn't they? But it paid off, right?
Yeah. 12 million?
The Cambria, yeah. So I think the Cambria will probably be it'll be at the right price point for what the tech is. So I think I said 800 quid. It's just
700 to 800 quid, yeah. But you think about it, that that headset is going to be. I mean, like you paid £1,000 for your Index. I paid £1,000 for my Index. Yeah. But that headset is going to have eye tracking, Phobia Rendering, face tracking, possibly full body tracking because it's going to have cameras in the controllers. So that's, and it's bundled with the official Oculus Link cable. So
that has Wi-Fi 6E though, doesn't it?
It does have Wi-Fi 6E, yeah. If it comes in at £700 to £800, that makes, unless you want an ultra high field of view like the Pimax 12K, that makes every other headset irrelevant really. If it comes in at £700 to £800, because that is going to be so good, and you know that Meta are going to support the fuck out of that.
Yeah.
And they've already got the really slick UI from the Quest 2, which they could just port straight in. They have this idea that it's going to be a Chromebook for your face, so you can actually do productivity in your headset using the color pass through. It's not like Pimax, who promise everything and then sometimes don't deliver. You know that Meta are going to actually deliver that, and on day one it's going to work. And it's going to be pretty good.
I think that headset will have problems like the drift and all that kind of stuff. It's all going to be top notch. Everything. I think the build quality, they're going to use all the top notch stuff.
Yeah.
Are you going to get one yourself? Do you think?
See, I bought the Pico Neo 3 for two reasons. One was to move away from the Quest universe. The other was because Pimax... oh, God, here we go. The other one was because Pico, not Pimax, said they're going to give a 35% discount on their next headset. And I think they're going to do a Cambria rival. And they're going to release it before Meta.
Yep, they said that, yeah.
So, if that... Oh, Norman! Mate! Norman's just donated $15. Thank you, my friend.
Nice one,
thank you. That's, dude. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. So if Pico do that and their Cambria rival is as good as the Cambria, and I'm going to use it for PC VR, I'm not going to use it for standalone. That's. I don't know. We'll see. And then I've obviously got the PS5 to fork out for, and then the PSVR 2 to fork out for. And then if Valve release the deck card, I'm gonna need to get that, because that is, I mean, Valve just do things differently to everybody else.
Yeah. I think Mohammed said that he's looking forward to that. He's looking forward to that, and so am I. I would get a deck card. Yeah. With my experience with the Index, I would definitely get one.
Anthony, you just said, I'll be curious once I see all the official tech specs and price point. I don't really want another Meta headset, but it might be. You might have to buy it if you're a VR fan. You know what I mean? It might just like one of those things. It's just so good that you just have to bite the bullet. But hopefully by then the Facebook login thing will have gone, because as Andrew Bosworth, who's the head of Facebook Reality Labs, said, one does not simply remove Facebook login from your Meta headset. But on the other side, one did simply put the fucking Facebook login there initially. So
yeah. Yeah, it's all. Like
if you're watching Boz, I love you. I do actually. I really like Andrew Bosworth.
I think people's data is where the money's at. That's what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah,
so
that's how they sold the Quest at that price. Absolutely. Yeah.
So if they can hold on and milk it for as long as they can, I'd do the same, to be honest.
Yeah.
Get some more people on there.
Yeah, I think Cambria's going to sell. I think people like me and you, well, maybe not you, but people are going to look at it and say, for what it's going to cost, if it does come out at £700 to £800, $700 to $800, and with all the technology that's in it, the color pass through, the face tracking, perhaps the full body tracking as well. Yeah, it's going to be. I'm really looking forward to Connect 8.
But then the question is, what about the Decard compared to what that's going to be?
So the way I look at it is, if you look at when the Index came out, look at where the other headsets were. You had the Rift S, you had the HTC Vive, you had the original Rift, and like Index was, it wasn't just like a little bit better. It was like 2.5 years later, it's still, and I still, say this, I still think the Index is the best consumer headset, complete consumer headset, VR headsets on the market. And that's like 2.5 years down the line when all this technology has changed. I mean, you'll agree with me because you're a Mum Index guy.
Yeah. I think also with the interchangeable parts and all that kind of stuff, it's just going to be phenomenal. I think it's just going to, it will last, it will be on, people will be using it basically for quite a while. Not just a few years. I just change the parts out.
Exactly. I think that's what Valve basically same with the Steam Deck. If you look at the strike, okay, so we use the Steam Deck as an example. Basically, Valve released a Steam Deck, and I nearly bought one, but I didn't quite have the money. And they're basically saying, yeah, there you go. There's a handheld PC. It's open source. You can do what you want with it. You can run Linux. You can put Windows 10 on it. You can upgrade it if you want to. If you break something, they've got that website where you can buy parts for it. And it's upgradable. And I think that's the same thing with the Decard. I think what they're doing is they're making a VR headset more like a PC, where as technology moves on, you'll be able to change parts of it to make it more relevant. But what they've done is, with the screens and the pancake lenses, they've over-engineered them to make them kind of future-proof. So those things are going to be relevant for 4 to 5 years.
Yeah.
Because they're so good that
yeah,
it's like the Pimax. You buy a Pimax, you need a monster PC to run it. But the Decard is saying, right, well, you can run it with this PC, but if you upgrade your PC and you upgrade your headset, then you can then run it at a different resolution. So,
and then maybe like every year they'll have like a time where they bring out something, the new kind of bits to slot in depending on what it is. But
yeah,
they might have a cycle like that, like a yearly cycle.
Yeah, like Nvidia do with their GPUs. Like, you get a 2080, 3080, 4080.
What's going on with the 40 series? Is it like is it real?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a 2080 Ti in my PC, and I nearly pulled the trigger on a 3080. But then I thought, well, actually, my PC can run Half-Life Alyx at high ultra, so I don't really need to change it. No. Should I wait for a 4080 to come out next year? 3080 is an incremental change. The 4080 might be a massively incremental change. But then, like you said, Decard might change. Eye tracking Phobia Rendering might mean that my 2080 Ti is going to be relevant for another 2 or 3 years as far as VR is concerned.
It's going to be one of their biggest selling points.
Yeah.
Is certain games, obviously, like you said, you've got to have your GPU a bit better to play Half-Life in Ultra and stuff like that. Yeah. But then if you've got a lesser GPU and you can run the game in Ultra, it's a big we'll invest into PC VR gaming in more as well.
Yeah.
Just like they will with the PlayStation. So
yeah. So I remember, like, going back 18 years, I remember when Half-Life 2 released, and they said this is the minimum spec, and my PC was at the minimum spec, but I wanted to run it, and I wanted Mr. Freeman, wake up and smell the ashes. I wanted that experience as best as I possibly could. So I remember I spent quite a lot of money on my PC to make sure that Half-Life 2 ran perfectly and at the highest resolution. So that's what's going to happen. People are going to not have to do that initially for the first 2 or 3 years, because Phobia Rendering is going to mean that their PC is going to be relevant for longer.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? And then there's going to be a point where they're going to say, I want to play the latest game, or to play the latest Half-Life Alyx. I need to upgrade my VR headset, which I think is really important. And I might need to buy a new GPU. So, yeah. Valve look at things differently, I think, as
Yeah.
a company.
I think, yeah, Valve is, from my experience, I mean, I've had the PSVR 2, not VR. I had never had issues with that, so Sony I'm not really familiar with.
Yeah.
Then I had the Rift S, that was fine, solid headset.
Yeah.
And then I had the Quest 2, had problems with it and stuff. And now I've got a Steam product, a Valve product, sorry. I just think it's totally night and day, just everything.
Yeah.
Just the way the company thinks.
Yeah.
Like a lot of stuff, certain companies, you look at and they think, why are they thinking so backwards?
Yeah.
Like they don't look outside the box. Steam were clever, because Valve, sorry, because what they're doing is they're future-proofing it.
Yeah.
So, like you said, it's going to be 5-6 years. GPUs will, people won't buy new GPUs as much as well. So, it's just going to make it more accessible for people who don't have the money to, like a 1080 to run Half-Life Alyx and,
Yeah.
decent level of quality of graphics and performance. So I think it'll be brilliant.
Yeah, I like Valve because they're like what they call them disruptors. They don't do what other companies do. They don't seem to be motivated by profit.
No.
I mean, like if you think like Half-Life, when it came out, they released the Source engine, and then you had Dota and you had Team Fortress and you had what's his name, the mod, and that spawned DayZ, that spawned all these sort of different games from.
Was it Armour?
Yeah, it spawned Armour.
Yeah.
I mean, that all came off the back of Valve going, here you go, fill your boots.
Yeah.
There's the tools. I mean, look at all the Half-Life Alyx mods. Look at that A and B Seth gunman contracts.
Yeah, and they don't cock block people. They're like,
No.
okay, if you want to do this, that, and the other, here's your, just get on with it. Like the Steam Workshop, even for other games, it's like completely just blows your mind.
Yeah.
Stuff that people have done just in VR in general, but Half-Life stands out to me the most because there's some crazy. I haven't played a lot of them, but there are some brilliant mods out there on that.
Well, I mean, I played the A and B Seth. The gunman contracts, I think, are the. I hate to say this because there is some good stuff out there, but that was a different level of quality. The second one, where you're in the sort of Matrix style sort of lobby, and there are no assets from Half-Life Alyx in that game. It's all made by A and B Seth, and it's just mind blowing. It's really good. Wim Bytart did the BioShock mod where he imported a load of assets from the original BioShock games, and they're incredible. That is like a game in itself. That's like a 4 or 5 hour campaign. And then he also did the Resident Alyx, which is a little bit less because it's more like he's kind of made a jump scare version of Half-Life Alyx, but it's called Resident Alyx. That's really good. It's so good. And that's just like one guy. Sadly, it's Bradley. Matt. Fucking, what's his name? His name's gone out of my head. Brad Lynch. He made a couple of levels called Crash Course, and there was another one, and they're amazing. And it's just like, so I've had Half-Life Alyx, if you play through as quick as you possibly can, maybe it lasts you 5 or 6 hours. But look at all the hours I've put into all the mods. I mean, the Gunman contracts, you just play them over and over again because they're so good. It's just, you just got to love the way that Valve works. Sorry, I'm getting lost off in the chat here, so I'm just going to have a quick look.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking at Connor B said Valve is not publicly traded, so they can do things irrespective to profit motive.
Yeah, because they're not profit motivated. Yeah.
And then I think somebody asked, Tranquility asked, how do you think accessories will progress with all this new VR stuff?
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, so with foveated rendering. So we've talked about the Tranquility earlier. I think basically haptics is the first thing. So like the bHaptics X40 vest, the ProTube Force Tube, the ProTube Pro Volva, things like that sort of really get you going. Full body tracking with avatars is going to be a big thing. I want to talk to you about Neos, so we'll get back to that a little bit later, because full body tracking in Neos is very important. And then some sort of multi-directional treadmill, which I think is going to be the last thing that becomes cheap and affordable, because like a bHaptics vest is like £400. That's not too bad. Pro Volva is like £300. That's still quite expensive, but not too bad. The Force Tube's about £400. But they do add a level of immersion. But if you've got a Quest 2 and a PC that can run VR, are you going to spend another £1,000 on haptics? Maybe not. But if it was 500, no, if somebody did a package that says, right, you've got a treadmill with haptics in the floor, you had a vest with haptics, and the treadmill also tracks your body in 3D, so you could do avatars, and it was only £500, then that is something that I would definitely sort of want to think about.
Yeah, I mean the VR treadmill takes up a lot of space and it weighs a lot, and it costs a lot. So, like I said before, it's just a matter of people developing it, and then it'll just become cheaper to make, and more people will start making that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm just hold on. Oh, it didn't work. See, I'm actually sat in front of a green screen, and I have a big play space behind me, so I was trying to show you that, but it didn't work. So, bollocks. Right, we have talked about everything on the list, really.
So we've done Quest, we've done the PS5,
we've done Crystal.
PS5. Yeah, PS5. Just another game that I want to see. A couple of games. God of War. I think that'd be great. Killzone, Blood and Truth sequel.
Killzone. I forgot about that.
Firewall 0 Hour 2.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. There was a hint on the state of play that Firewall were going to bring out another game, and it has to be Firewall 2, doesn't it? Because that was such a successful game on PSVR with the Move controller, the gun thing.
I had that. The
aim controller. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And GTA. Yeah, I mean, it would make sense for PSVR to have GTA 5, especially with the tech they've got as well, with the rendering. I think it would look brilliant, because there are VR mods. I played one VR mod. There is Luke Ross has got mod as well for GTA, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, yeah. And
Red
Red Dead Redemption 2 and the Elden Rings.
Yeah. Like games like that, if they can, because people are modding them. So if PlayStation watch what they're doing, and they'll be like, do you know what? That's actually a really good thing to do with the game, because those kind of games are classics, and they are console sellers.
Yeah,
games like
they are,
that.
absolutely.
So it makes business sense to do
stuff
like that.
If you wanted to, you could actually play Resident Evil Village in VR on PC right now with a mod. You can play Elden Ring right now with a mod. You can play Red Dead Redemption right now with a mod. They're not perfect, because they are flat screen games that were modded. But on the other hand, Half-Life 2 feels like a flat screen game that was designed with VR in mind, because it works so well. It just works so well. I don't know if it came across in my live stream, but it was like playing Half-Life Alyx. You had you pressed the button and you could change your weapons quickly. Your inventory worked really well. The only thing that didn't work really well was the hover ship. The hovercraft level where you're going. It's called Root Canal. I've got really strong VR legs, and that made me feel a little bit odd. So when I do I'm going to carry on with the live stream on Thursday, and I've got to finish Root Canal, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of maybe stream that as well. Maybe. So.
What? Using your key and not giving it to Weeble? Weeble, are you listening?
Oh, hey, doing VR Realm. check out VR Realm. He's got check out his channel as well, man.
Oh yeah, hey VR Realm, how you doing, mate?
Got
Yeah,
really good.
subscribe. Go find him. Subscribe.
So no GTA. So I'm just having a look at the comments quickly. When is PSVR 2 coming out this year? Question mark. See, we were talking about that earlier, isn't it? So
Yeah.
Because of the Resident Evil release date they put on there, it makes it look like it's going to be in March next year. And like PlayStation don't usually bring stuff out, do they? Like
No, they don't. No.
Because in the holiday period, it's more Call of Duty games and all that stuff, isn't it? So that's what kind of sells the consoles. But you never know. It's really hard to say.
It is. What we thought was they're either going to release it in March, which is unprecedented for Sony. They've never released anything in Q1. It's always Q3, Q4. Or they're going to do a limited release in Q4 and trickle feed into Q1, where maybe they're going to be... What they don't want to do is have this problem they had with the PS5 when they launched. You couldn't get hold of one because all the scalpers bought them, and the prices were fucking crazy. Yeah, fucking
wankers.
Yeah, exactly. So you're either going to get a limited release around Thanksgiving with a limited amount of consoles, which is going to be annoying, or they're actually going to say, no, fuck it, we're going to wait till Q1 when we've got some stock. Then we're going to release everything on March 24th. PSVR 2, all the games. Because to be honest, I think that would still work.
The thing is, though, you think after January, February, everyone's skint, so that's going to be something that they're going to have to kind of think about. So if it was not this year, it would probably be March, maybe.
We said about the keeping their powder dry, maybe in Thanksgiving and Christmas, saying maybe wait, this is coming, wait. Would that work? I don't know, because they've got Black Friday in America, then you've got like Thanksgiving and Christmas, which is crazy. I don't know how they're going to play it. According to the supply chain, Sony will not have enough PSVR 2s built to do Thanksgiving without a limited release. And that's like the industry guys who know what they're talking about, not just two drunken idiots talking on the internet. One drunk idiot.
It's only one drunken idiot.
One drunk idiot and one guy with brain fog.
I think with it's just play by ear, like we said, and it's just going to be little teaser things that come out, and then it's going to be out. Hopefully by March next year. It
has to be.
I don't think they can wait any longer than that. Because if you look on the eBay, there's like hundreds of PS5s that are just sitting there that people are just holding on to. And so many people want a PS5. And I was looking in eBay and I was like, shit, should I pay a little bit more? And then I got lucky one day. Curry's had one, and it was to collect and all, to deliver. So if you keep an eye on, like, if you want a PS5, there's like stock tracking sites you can go on.
Yeah.
If you just Google buy a PS5 today UK, there'll be like a article, like a news article or something that will.
It's broken. There must be a hole in the bottom.
There'll be an article with just links to who's got stock. Yeah. Have you got another bottle, Mac? There you go.
So your mate just said one drunk idiot and one idiot.
Yeah, ban him. What did Mohammed said? PSVR 2 might release with Resident Evil 4 and Horizon as launch. I think that makes sense, to be honest. They need a couple of heavy hitters.
Yeah.
It needs to be a couple
Gran
of heavy
Turismo
games.
Gran Turismo. No brainer.
Yeah.
Has to be.
100%.
Yeah.
Astrobot 2, like that'd be.
Yeah, I never played Astrobot, but I did play Lucky's Tale, which I thought was a kind of similar sort of 3D in VR game, and I loved it. I mean, I'm a huge like Mario, Yoshi platformer, Banjo-Kazooie, and and Lucky's Tale really sort of sold me on that sort of 3D platformer in 3D in VR. It worked really well. So I never played Astrobot, but I've heard that it's really, really good.
I played the demo, and it was brilliant. Like the way they use the controller and stuff. It's a brilliant game. And I was just waiting for it to go on sale, then I ended up selling all my stuff. But I will definitely get it when I get my PSVR 2. If there's a sequel to that, that'd be another big seller. Because we need not just remakes. Sony needs like brand new games built just for VR. Yeah, just like this remake of that. So
do you know what? Right. So this is something that VR doesn't have, and I've been thinking about this a lot since you were talking about Ghost of Tsushima. It doesn't have the 40 to 50 hour game. It doesn't have anything like that. Like Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, you can blow through that in 5 hours, 6 hours if you don't upgrade. A proper playthrough, maybe 12 hours. Half-Life Alyx on the hardest difficulty, 7 to 8 hours probably. I mean, amazing experience. There's no 40 to 50 hour game in VR as we are now.
Not like specifically built for VR.
Yeah.
No. You got mods and stuff like that, but they don't really count.
Yeah.
I mean, one of my favorites is The Forest. That takes I mean, that could take you 100 hours to complete. If you don't play with someone who knows what they're doing, it's just a massive island and you've got to piece together this puzzle. But playing with friends, The Forest is one of my favorites. It's just so funny. Like, people shit themselves because of all the stuff that goes on. And I know you had to go, but it was a bit...
I think
the
problem was you like Crash and you were so high level above me that the enemies I was coming across could just like kill me with one hit, and I was just basically I'm dead, and you were like, oh, don't worry, we've got them, and then I'll be like, all right, okay, I'll follow you, try to get into combat, but that's my problem. It's not your problem. Yeah, sorry.
So VR Realm said Rush of Blood 2. Yes, I did love Rush of Blood on the PlayStation. Astrobot above Lucky. Yeah, I think Astrobot is a really well polished game. It looks brilliant.
VR Realms, you said there's Skyrim and Fallout. Now, we have a game which we've been pushing quite hard, which is RFVR.
Yeah.
And that we've been playing the demo, which is not even early access. And it's like 50 square kilometers, and the map is like 50 square kilometers of a map, which is a lot bigger. And we were having, it's like an eighth of the map, and we were having so much fun playing that game. And you got a lot of Skyrim from the ground up, built for ground up Skyrim sort of vibes from it. The developers are really, really cool. They're really, really into sort of feedback and sort of loads and loads of little updates. And we live streamed it, and we also just like played for 2 or 3 hours one day, didn't we? And it was great. I loved that.
Yeah.
And
so that's gone. You carry on, mate.
No, sorry, I was just about to say that's what we need, but
that's what you need. It's going to be 400 square kilometers. It's going to be crazy. I played with one of the developers yesterday, Chicken Arise, and I know he was telling me some of the stuff. I can't really say what's going to be happening, but it's going to be brilliant. Like, anybody that has PCVR, get RFVR, try it out, do the tutorials.
It's a demo. It's free.
Free demo, 50 square kilometers. There's missions to do. There's just a general, just go hunting. You can do. I've got a video on my channel basically telling you what RFVR is. I did a trailer for them as well, so I put a trailer. It's on Steam. The devs put it on there.
All right, so I'm just going to break down this trailer. Right, there's a really, really cool bit in the trailer where the grass is just doing this, and you're going from the day to night cycle. Can you explain to me how you did that?
Well, I spent a lot of time. It's a big open world, so the developers gave me to make the trailer. They gave me some really high end weapons, and they gave me some spells where you can fly and stuff. and it was nighttime, and I was waiting for daytime to get some shots. And I put my headset down. And I said, "Oh bollocks!" So I just thought I left the room. I came back, and then I was looking at it. Like, oh, it's slowly getting lighter. Then I thought, oh, I can do a time lapse. So how it worked was, luckily I was recording. I just got the footage in reverse, like times 1,000 or whatever it was. Hollywood tricks of Hollywood, mate.
It looked, but it looks really cool. Because I was like, "That's
cheers, mate."
Yeah, because like the first thing I said to you was, "Oh, that time lapse thing was really cool," and you were like, "Yeah, I fucking just did that by mistake."
Accident. That trailer took me about 20 hours to make. It's only a minute and a bit.
Yeah.
Just to go out and get the footage and stuff. But
so if any game developers are watching and you want a trailer making, go and check out the RFVR trailer and then, hold on, I'll get this right in a minute. Hire him to make your trailer because he's really good at it.
Yeah, cheers, Mac. I think
pay him.
Well, to be honest, I didn't get paid for it. I didn't get paid. They offered me.
No, they offered. They offered, but you,
said, I said, look, I believe in the game so much, guys, and I just want the game to do well. So we were talking yesterday, and so I met one of the devs. We went flying around, and he said to me, basically, what's upcoming? The early access isn't going to be too far away.
Yeah.
So the free demo's still going to be there. So everybody try it out. If you want to someone to show you around, so me and Matt can jump in.
Yeah, sure.
And
yeah,
I can get some loot crates and give them to you guys. So there's a warrior, mage, and rogue at the moment. There's loads of stuff going on behind the scenes that I can't talk about, but the game is brilliant and it's going to be epic. And what's going to happen is we can just meet you guys and show you around and give you the good stuff. I've got some. They showed me a new staff. I've actually got it now, Mac. So we need to place it. I need to show you it. It just destroys everything. It's like a mad fire stuff. And in VR, it's just like, oh my God, it's just crazy.
Don't give it to me because I'll drop it and lose it. Because you know what I'm like? I had that sword and I was like, look at my amazing sword. And I dropped it and it fucking disappeared into the grass. And it was gone. I just stood there like... I've got to tell you this little story, this little RFVR story, and this is like one of those things that happen. We'll talk about Neos as well because I want to talk about Neos because obviously you're involved in Neos, and obviously that day you took me into Neos, that was actually another one of those days. But what happened in RFVR was we came down and we found this like ruined tower, and there were a couple of goblins, so it killed the goblins. And then I was like, oh, I climbed this tower, but I couldn't get to the top. And you were like, oh, you have to actually have to crouch down and then pull up to get onto the top of it. And then you can get down. So we did that. And there was a breakable floor. So we broke the floor. And I fell in accidentally. And I was kind of like, oh, shit. I've fallen into the dungeon. And you were like, don't worry, I'll come and save you. And you went sailing over my head, remember? And you landed. And you were like, fuck! There's a level 47 fucking skeleton here. And the level cap at the moment, well, at the time that we were playing was 20. So this guy would have fucking destroyed us. So I was like, don't worry, Surjical, I'll save you. And I jumped in with this really cool sword that I had. And I was like, ha, ha, fighting the skeleton. I was like, Surge, where are you? And you were like, fuck, I portaled out. Do you remember that? And I was like,
yeah.
Fuck. And I went around the corner. There was like 20 of these bastards. So I ended up having to sort of do a big loop trying to get my portal book out of my chest, which obviously when you're panicking, just you're like, there was like fucking bananas and apples and fucking swords going everywhere. Eventually got my portal out. I portaled away. And you were
in my defense.
No, I haven't finished yet. You were picking apples up. I was like, dude, you fucking left me. You were like, oh, I thought you'd portaled out. Do you want an apple? I was like,
and those apples are from your orchard as well.
I know they were. He's actually looking at... But that's what I like about RFVR because like those little comedy moments, just like they're unscripted, they just happen. And it was just, I thought about that for days. Every time I thought about it, I just started chuckling. I was like, Serge, I'll come and save you. And you were like, nah, I've already fucked off.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be one of the biggest games. It's because I know through speaking to them what's gonna be coming, and I was like,
Yeah.
wow. I said to him yesterday, I go, you're literally living your childhood dreams of like your ideal Skyrim kind of game. Like,
Yeah.
actually, now that you put it that way, we are.
Yeah.
And they just told me what's coming, mate, and it's incredible, man. It's like you just things you'd never thought you could do in VR. It's just going to be incredible. And then we got VR Realm was saying a JRPG. Isn't what's that game you were playing?
Zenith.
Zenith, yeah. Isn't that JRPG?
Yeah, it is. I haven't played that for a long time. I really haven't played that for a long time. Runes Mages, I haven't played that either. Did you play that? I can't remember. Oh, no. It was Shoeey that played Runes Mages. You have to talk to Shoeey, but unfortunately he's on the toilet. He's not very well. Apologies. Right, Norman Robinson's asked the question. Are there any cross-platform titles, PC, MetaQuest 2, PlayStation, that we should consider purchasing other than F1 2022? After the fall.
Are you talking about cross-platform multiplayer, or just that's on all the platforms?
Yeah. If it's cross-platform multiplayer, then After the Fall is one of the best.
After the Fall. Yeah.
Oh man, After the Fall is so good.
Yeah, the latest update. I went in yesterday for just one game because somebody wanted the gun off me. I've given away about 20 Tommy guns now, but that gun is so sick. It's just a game changer.
I know it is. It's crazy.
After the
Fall, shock and awe. The machine gun and the Tommy gun, they're really, really good. Yeah. So Norman, if you can just be more specific with your question.
So I think After the Fall is cross-platform PlayStation, PC, Quest.
Yeah, it is, and it does work now. They've patched it. The comms work, and the party system works. There were some problems with PS VR players with their audio, but I think that's been sorted now.
There's more patches and updates coming for that game, so it's just gonna keep getting better. To be honest,
it is. It's like Population 1. So Population 1 is like the multiplayer game me and you played the most. Co-op After the Fall probably, I think, because it's just so good. I'm going to give another shout out to World of Mechs here, because like the multiplayer in World of Mechs, when you've got a full team of human players and you coordinate, it's so good. And you're stomping around in your big mech and you're like, yeah, I'm invincible. Fuck, my fucking shields are gone. I need help. And your teammate jump in and you actually manage to survive. It's really good. So shout out to World of Mechs. Yeah. On the road. Sorry, my camera just lost focus. Yeah, on the roadmap, it is coming to PC.
Okay. And with Population 1, actually, I was going to say, after they took away Metropolis... Stupidest
decision they ever made, mind.
I have not played it.
Yeah.
I've not played it, but I found out through a friend, you can do a custom lobby and do Metropolis only. So anyone out there who plays that game and is up for it, I'm thinking this Sunday to get a group of people together. I think it's 15 to 20 odd people, and just have a massive, like, a few hours on Population 1 and just go crazy in Metropolis, because I just can't play it anymore since I took it away, and it's been about 2 months. So I'm definitely up for it if anyone wants to.
When they released the Metropolis update, you know this for full, because I was like, I was not interested in playing Population 1. I'd moved on. Metropolis reinvigorated my love for Population 1, and it was so good. And why they took it out of circulation, I don't know.
It's what it is. They're trying to please everyone, because the player base, they can't have everything for the the amount of players. So they bought like team deathmatch and
not interested yet.
Different stuff. Yeah,
the duos, singles. Yeah.
We had some really like the thing with Metropolis is, it's just hot drop if you die, you die. You can go back into the game so quickly.
Yeah.
And it was just, we had so many laughs, mate. Like, we were laughing, like, so much stuff happened. It was just non-stop action and fun.
But the thing with Metropolis was, if we dropped in and there was a team of 3 and 2 people died, one of us could fuck off, which we did quite a lot, and it was usually you, because you were usually the one who survived. And then we come back and win the game.
Yeah.
Right at the end. You know, like, and we had so many clutch snatch victories that were so, we should never have won those games, because we were like, there were certain points where everybody in the team was down apart from one person, and we were being pushed, and we managed to revive, and then we fight back against the other team, and we beat them. Then we get ambushed, and we still managed to survive. But that's what I liked about Metropolis, because of it wasn't a small map, but the tightness and the height. You always had a chance to get back. You always had and the amount of loot as well, because there was like piles of loot. The amount of loot, it just...
Toy shop. Don't forget the toy shop.
Don't forget the toy shop. Everybody goes to the toy shop. Massive fight in the toy shop. If you win, you're going to win the game.
Yeah, and then the apartments, all that loot as well.
Oh, crazy!
I loved it in the slums. Had some really good clutch battles when it was really small, the zone right in the club and stuff like that, and like people peeking over the cover and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. And I want to, on Sunday, I think I'm going to do it, because you know I haven't played in so long, and it's just something I've been playing since day one.
Yeah, well, same as me. Well, that's how we met. Remember? Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So,
yeah. In fact, like, tell the history then, because this is the first time you've been on the podcast, so people might not know who you are.
So I was streaming. I just started streaming on Twitch. This is December
2020.
2020,
yeah.
Yeah, and I basically got Population 1, and then I was doing all right. So I was grinding hard. I think it was lockdown, wasn't it? That's why I had all that time to play.
It was, yeah.
And I was playing hard just to get like a lot of kills. And
500.
I was on the Twitch chat, and I said, "Oh, I've only got to get another 5-6 kills to get 500 kills for this week." And then I heard this voice going, "What did you say, Mac? You shouldn't."
No, the thing was, you were dressed as a fucking base PJ.
I was a base PJ at that point.
No, you were not a base fucking PJ. You were dressed as a base PJ, and I just went, "You're not a base PJ." And then we just started chatting, and I said, I think you recognised me. Yeah, you recognised me. Yeah.
I was watching your virtual desktop videos, and they really helped me. So yeah, thanks for that, because I was new to bloody virtual desktop and all that stuff. So yeah, excellent job. And then we just started playing, and then you were with Face. Then we made Team Tryhard. We started streaming on Twitch as Team Tryhard. Then Face had a
baby.
Yeah.
Fucking, that was the end of Team Tryhard.
So yeah, Face doesn't really get to play anymore.
No, he's too busy. He's too busy making babies. But we love Face. Yeah. We got Team Tryhard back a couple of weeks ago, didn't we?
Yeah, but we played for how many hours? Was it 2 hours?
And we played for 2 hours.
No, the
very last game, which I think was actually poetic justice, because we played for like 2 hours against like proper team. No, we came second a load, but we were playing like against like Zolotto and Alex from China and people like that. You know, we were kept into these sweaty lobbies, but eventually we actually managed to win the last game, and then we were like, right, end the stream. It was fucking brilliant, but it was lovely to have it was lovely to have the team back together.
Yeah, it was. We need to do it again.
Yeah.
It was. Population 1 is something that I really want to play again, but I'm only going to do it through custom lobby. So if anyone's interested, let us know.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely.
Contact me on my Discord, or if you're subscribed to Surjical's channel, go to his Discord, and we'll try and do the Sunday thing. We'll try and get a couple of hours on Metropolis, because basically once you play Metropolis, playing normal Population 1 is slow and boring, and then you get rushed by the sweaty bastards with the shotguns, and it's just
Yeah, after playing, like I said, Metropolis, and then I went into like 2 games after that. I'm like, this is just dead. And I was like,
Yeah.
it's totally different. It's still good fun, to be
It
honest.
is.
But I just,
It is.
once you've had that, it's
What I really like about Metropolis is it takes away the advantage of the snipers because it's more close in. So people like me, I'm a like sort of close to medium player. You're a close. Oh, you're a Sacco wanker now, aren't you?
Sacco, yeah, it's CUMP and Sacco and a shotgun. So everything.
So it's more mid to short range combat, which I much prefer because, like, just getting sniped by some wanker that you can't see, you know, who's in Kingdom and you're in Plains, it's like, this is not fun. But if you like, at least if you're close up, you have a little bit of more of a sort of fighting chance.
Yeah,
Weeble says I was waiting in the wings to fill Crash's shoes. I'm still in the wings. Weeble, yeah, you are flying without wings, mate. Sorry.
I think Mohammed, Crash, and Weeble will be up for it. They're saying population 1.
Cool. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
we'll do it. We'll do it. I'll see if I can get time off from the wife on Sunday. I'm sure I'll be able to squeeze an hour or 2 in.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
No one will be able to see it underneath the headset. You'll be fine.
Have we got anything else to talk about?
Neos.
Oh yeah, Neos. Right. So, Surjical's doing a really cool thing. So if you don't know who Skiva is, he's involved in. Over to you, Surjical.
Skiva, he works for Vertigo Games. He works for Upload VR. He goes to all of the VR events and does the coverage for them as well. And he has a Between Realities podcast as well, which is mixed reality. So it's made like them in a made up VR kind of space.
Yeah.
So I think I made a video about After the Fall. He's the community manager for them as well. So then we started chatting, and I played Pop 1 with him. Then he talked about Neos. I didn't know what it is. And then I went into Neos with Paul from the VR Realm. And I basically... Paul, I couldn't have done it without Paul. I've built a studio in VR with an avatar of me. And whoever comes in or interview is an avatar as well. And yeah, so I just started a podcast. There's 1 episode out, another one out this week, and then every week following that, basically. But
who's in your third pod? No, we won't talk about that.
Yeah, so basically I've got some middle-aged...
middle-aged drunken wanker.
Yeah.
So
the avatar's look good as well, actually, Matt.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
So what happened to me was, like, Serge was pestering me to get into Neos, and I was like, oh, I'm busy, you know, like, oh my God, I'm so busy. He's like, no, give me 2 hours. So I was like, oh, right, okay. So, like, Neos is, I think the best way to describe it is like VR chat for adults.
Never seen one child in there. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Skiva actually, in your interview, Skiva actually said something really profound, and it was more technical than I can actually remember. But he said that if you can make something, you can assign it to have a way of working or a way. So anything you make, you can assign in Neos how that is going to perform. I think that's what he said, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I believe it's like an open. Correct me if I'm wrong here, VR Realm. He's got a podcast in the same kind of format as well. I think it's like Unity Engine on the fly. That's what someone told me.
All right, yeah.
So yeah, Paul, just let us know if I'm wrong. I could be totally wrong. But yeah,
he's watching this in Neos right now.
So yeah, and it's basically. It's really hard to explain, but
it is actually really hard to explain, and that is actually perfect. Like, so the example I use here is that we went to your studio and you were saying, I'm going to do the interviews here, blah blah blah. And we went outside and you set up the SNES duck hunt, remember?
Yeah.
And then you gave me a needler from Halo.
Yeah.
And I was playing SNES duck hunt with a needler, And I was like, literally the hair on the back of my head was stood up, and I was like thinking, somebody who has more imagination than me can make anything. You can make anything, and that is a stunning concept. So what Surjical did was, and you need to go onto his channel, and you need to go to videos. You need to go to the Behind the Headset podcast.
On the VR headset,
yeah. Behind the Headset podcast. And his first interview was with Skeever, which I think was a brilliant move because he's such a nice guy and he's a funny dude. And they actually did this interview in Neos using avatars. And it's about an hour and 15, 20 minutes long. And
hour 20, yeah.
Sorry, Norman's donated some more money. Thank you.
He's paying. Thanks, Norman.
Thanks, Norman.
Yeah, I think he's paying to.
He is. He's asking questions.
Right. From now on, everyone's got to pay to ask questions.
Right. So give us a second, Norman. We're just going to finish the Neos thing. And it's, you need to go to Surjical's channel and you need to watch that interview because I think that was pretty groundbreaking. Because I sat there for an hour and 15 minutes and I was like, obviously Skeever and yourself are very personable people, but I just thought that format that you've got there, that idea to do 3D avatar interviews in Neos, where it will develop because obviously you'll be able to do anything. That bit where you had the blood coming out of your face and Skeever was pulling
the toys.
Toys out. Basically, if you coordinate that, you'll be able to do anything in that interview. Anything. You could go to Machu Picchu, point stuff out. You could do, if you were interviewing somebody who was into history, if you're interviewing somebody who's into UFOs, you could have like interactive backgrounds. It blew my mind. My interview's gonna be shit because that's just me going like a fucking frog.
No, it's. I'm working on it at the moment. It's good, man. It's good, but
yeah, you've got brain fog, so we're going to let you off. It's about a week too late, but there you go.
I think Paul from the VR Realm has the same thing, but check out his channel, guys, because he's got this crazy avatar he made himself, and he's got full eye tracking. So when he's talking, and mouth and face tracking, basically.
Yeah.
So if he's talking to me, his eyes are blinking like he was talking, and then I was like, "What the hell? That's so realistic." And then he stuck his tongue out, and I was like, "What the fuck? The avatar sticking his tongue out at you in VR? It's like unbelievable stuff, man." And that's just going to be the norm. That's
it is. So we were using Ready Player Me avatars, which have, if you start speaking, the lips start moving.
Yes, that's lip. Yeah,
it does have some form of like lip syncing. So when we're talking, the lips actually do move. The eyes are a bit off, but that's probably an eye tracking thing. So I thought, I sat there and watched it I was like with my coffee, hour and a half. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great interview. I thought you were a very good host. I thought Skeever was a great guest. Like the RFVI guys are next, I think.
Yeah, the RFVI developers. So if you're wanting to learn more about what the game is about, they're going to be on working on it now. So this week, and it's just telling you more about the game. But on my channel, like Max said, there is a trailer which is on Steam, and there is I did like a 6-minute video just explaining to you what the game is about. So it's really quick. You don't have to sit there for like a long time. It just gives you all the info about the game. Bam, bam, bang. And the interview, you learn more.
Okay. Right. So we have to address Norman's question because. Okay. Have attempted to play Star Citizen. Oh my God. Star Citizen with a VR mod. Does anybody have a PC that can do that? Dude, I watched Jack Frags and Level Cap playing Star Citizen. I'm fucking blown away. Is there a VR mod for it?
I don't.
And it runs really badly on flat screen. And I think Jack Frags has a 1390 Ti in his PC. So if there was a VR mod, my PC would be like frame. No, we'll look into it, mate. We'll look into it.
Yeah.
Oh, there is a VR.
Yeah,
there is a. Oh my god. Oh, I didn't know that. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We'll look into it because you could do like Star Citizen VR. If the mod works, you could just transition your channel just to make it Star Citizen VR stuff.
Yeah.
Because Jack Frags and Level Crap have Level Crap. Oh my god. I've just that was a Freudian slip. I love Level Cap. I don't call him Level Crap. Shit.
Who have we got? Mohammed is saying he's got 3090 with a 5950X and play Star Citizen. There is a VR mod. So Mohammed, have you tried the VR mod?
Yeah, come on, tell us.
Tricky to get it working.
Oh, that's my whole life gone if that works. Because that's like a real. That's like elite VR. Just.
Yeah. I think if that works well, and then again, this won't be a problem in the future because of the Phobia
rendering and the eye tracking. Yeah,
it's going to change. Yeah, it'll just be like piece of piss. Not piece of piss for that game, but it'll be a bit better.
Just watching the VR mod setup. Do you know what? I must be an idiot because I didn't even know there was a VR mod for Star Citizen. I've been watching Jack Frags and Level Cap. Crap. And really enjoying their videos. And basically it's just him and Tomographic fucking about. Talking about toilets in spaceships and...
That game is like you buy it off their website, right? Am I correct? It's not. Is it on Steam?
No, I don't think it is. I think it's a crowdfunded game.
Yeah, it's something like off a website. Yeah. You're getting another PSVR. Wink, wink. You gonna give me your PSVR?
Is he gonna give it? Is he gonna give it to you? No, don't give it to him. He won't appreciate it. Give it to me. Give it to me.
A man with no PlayStation.
A man with no. Oh fuck yeah.
I'll take it off him just for like.
Just to stop me getting it.
Purposes. Yeah, no. Just to see the difference between the PS4 and the PS5. So it's got its own launcher. Yeah. So Star Citizen's got its own launcher. But isn't that game like it's been being developed for bloody decades?
Oh, it's been going for decades. Yeah, it's been crowdfunded.
Yeah.
At one point, they said it was like the biggest scam in fucking gaming history, but it seems to be getting there. Eventually, it seems to be getting there.
Because you've got Elite Dangerous and you've got what's the other one? I forgot the name of it. But Elite Dangerous has got a VR mod.
Oh, I stopped playing Elite Dangerous.
How many hours did you play?
I think I was about 300 hours. I was grinding. See, the problem with Elite Dangerous is you have to grind to earn money.
Yeah.
And I was grinding to buy a ship, and it was like a sort of a combat ship that had good cargo capacity. Can't remember what it was called. And I bought it. I was like, oh, I've got my dream ship, and it cost me some like ridiculous amount of money. But to fully upgrade it, I had to earn the same amount of money to like fully upgrade it to its maximum. And I was like, nah, I'm done. I'm not doing that again. I'm not, because I was basically just flying from A to B, trading, flying back, trading, flying back, trading, flying, get ambushed by pirates, have a bit of a fight, fucking suddenly realize I was going to lose my ship, jump out, trade, sell, buy, and I was just like, I'm literally spending my whole time sitting on the spaceship place to get the ship, and then to get the ship fully upgraded I had to do the same thing, but then I was like, nah, I'm out. a friend of mine was really into it. And he was like, no, this is what you need to do. You need to go into bandit territory and sort of fight for, get these bounties. So I was like, I bought a decent fighter. I upgraded it, went into the bounties, made quite a bit of money. I was like, oh, this is quite good. Then I lost my ship and everything.
Yeah.
Because I didn't insure my ship. I didn't think to insure my ship. I was like, oh,
yeah.
fuck. And then I was just like, nah, I'm
it's
done.
Too much of a grind.
It's too grindy.
I played it a bit, not as much as you, and it is brilliant. I've tried it in VR, and it's just like flying around in space and stuff in VR.
The VR is amazing. You get one of those ships with the bubble cockpits where you actually sat out front. It's incredible.
It is. It's a great novelty, but unless you're prepared to just grind, I can't do grindy games. I just can't do it. It's just.
Well, there was those guys who flew. They took a fleet and they flew to the center of the universe, and it took them something like 10,000 hours, and it was the biggest ever sort of fleet movement in Elite Dangerous.
I thought you were going to say it's the biggest ever congregation of virgins.
I almost said that. It's like fucking Warhammer.
10.
No, I can't say what, like, because I've got friends who do Warhammer and they're not virgins. They're really, really nice guys, but there are a lot of fucking virgins involved in Warhammer, and I'm assuming there's a lot of virgins involved in Elite Dangerous, because if you get involved in Elite Dangerous, it takes your life over, and I've got a massively addictive nature, like Destiny. I got so addicted to Destiny that I was like play like 30 hours a week, and I was working full time as well. So I know what my life could be like if I got involved in Elite Dangerous or Star Citizen. Don't
I think it's
I'd rather sniff cocaine and do vodka. It'll be a quicker ending. Oh my god, the chat's gone crazy. Sorry.
What have we got?
Okay, so Mohammed's saying there is a VR mod for Star Citizen. Norman says it works pretty good. Okay, yeah. No, I'm not getting involved in it. I can't. PvP dogfighting, yeah. Yeah, I know. I don't like grindy games, but love exploration games. So strange it is.
To me. Yeah, he's saying to me. There's a difference between grinding.
Hey, Tassos! Sorry. My favourite Greek subscriber's just jumped in.
Hey, dear man. Oh, yeah, I know him. Yeah. I think I like exploration games, but I don't. It's not a grind because you're exploring and you're finding stuff. A grindy game is like he was saying, Elite Dangerous.
Yeah, like Skyrim isn't grindy because it's exploration, and if you want to find everything in the game, it's not grindy to find everything in the game, but to grind Elite Dangerous, you have to. Are you on coke? VR on coke. This is what happens when you get Serge's family involved.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They never said they're on coke, but do you remember how many people who just in population one completely stoned out their minds, or that guy?
That dude.
I've still got the footage. I've still got it. He said he just dropped some acid, right?
Yeah. I remember that.
He just played population one. I've still got the footage somewhere. I'll have to dig it out. It was so funny.
It was so funny. Oh my god, that was crazy.
Yeah, some other guys that are just so stoned out of their minds. We always meet these weird people. Like when me and Mac play multiplayer games, you can just get the freaks. I'm not complaining though.
Must just be attracted to the weirdness. Right, so we've been streaming. We've been podcasting for over 2.5 hours. So,
okay.
I think I'm going to call it a day.
Yeah, sure.
Stay on the Discord. Don't hang up. Right, so if you don't know who SurjicalGaming is, go to his channel on YouTube and subscribe. He also has a Twitch channel. You can see the link in the the banner above his head. So go and do whatever you do on Twitch. I don't know. Do you subscribe? Do you follow? Is that what you do? Yeah, follow. Okay. So go and follow him on Twitch. Follow him on Twitter. He's an up-and-coming YouTuber. His quality content is amazing. The Neos interview with Skiva, you need to sit and watch that. It's like an hour and a half of just like pure comedy genius. It's just great. Like him and Skiva just bounce off each other so well. It's really good. I'm really terrified that my interview is not going to be as good because I just go all the way through it. But hopefully he can edit that shit out. So he's been Surjical Gaming. I've been Mac In VR. And we are going to sign off. Surjical.
Have me on, mate. Thanks for having me on, mate. Thanks for watching, guys.
It's been an absolute pleasure. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Been great.
It is.
I enjoyed it. It's really good fun.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so here we go. Okay. The chat's ending. We'll see you later. In fact, we'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Bye. Where's my hand?
See ya.
There it is.
Down your pants.